Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Samantha. Today I'm going to be sharing with you something brand new. It's from the brand I Heart Revolution and it is the Violet Chocolate Bar Palette. I picked mine up for £8.99 from superdrug.com. It is now available at superdrug.com. Even though Superdrug did mention on their Instagram, I think at the weekend, that this would be available from the 20th. This is now available. I believe it's actually out of stock at the moment. I checked this morning. So you can sign up for email updates, but alternatively you can pick it up from revolutionbeauty.com and all the links will be down below for you. So as the name suggests, it is violet or purple inspired. So if you love purple, if you love pinks, or even if you love neutrals with that little pop of colour, you are going to love this. So the box is of course violet with I Heart Revolution there. You can see what's inside. Can't wait to share it with you. And on the back it gives you the ingredients along with the shades that you're going to receive in here as well. So let's pop this out, and the packaging is as always this brown chocolate palette with this time the purple chocolate. Absolutely stunning, love it. I wish they would do a yellow palette now that they've gone really bright. I wish they would do yellow, be absolutely inspired. On the back you can see that there's a purple sticker with the name of the palette. So if you, like me, have got a number of these, whatever way you're going to have these, either on your tabletop, this way round, you're going to know which one this is, because of course you've got purple on the front and then you've got the sticker on the back. So when you open it up, you've got a mirror inside. So there it is. As always, it's the full size of the lid. I've already taken out my plastic sheet. I really don't like those at all. And I'm just going to cover that mirror up now so that I can share with you the beautiful shades in here. So here you have all of the shades. I've already swatched them. I've already got a look on one of my eyes. I can't wait to share how I did that for you. I've used a lot of colours in here. What I like about this palette is that although it says that it's violet, you've got some nudes in here. You've got some brights in here. You've got warm tones. You've got cool tones. You have got a mixture of mattes and shimmers. You have got everything. There is only one shade missing from this palette because I've already shared a look. I'm going to obviously share that with you as we move on through the look. So I'll just give you a good close-up of that. Another thing that I really like about this palette, of course I've disposed of that plastic sheet because all of the names are on the palette. Another thing that I really like, and I forgot to actually mention with the last chocolate palette, because the design has changed, you've actually got the larger pans here are missing. So you used to have a large pan here, a large pan here. I did think that those were a little bit too large because they're those inner corner highlights, those brow bone highlights. That's the type of shades they were, and you're never going to get through that huge pan. So I really like that they've now added more pans in here. So you're actually getting 18 shades now. So obviously it used to be a couple less with those because of those larger pans. So I really like that they've changed the design of the palette. You're now getting more shades for your money and the shade names are on here as well. But obviously it's keeping that marvellous, that beautiful, lovely design of chocolate that we all love. I mean, at the moment, I've mentioned it so many times now, I am trying to lose weight. I'm not eating chocolate. I'm not eating anything sweet. It is so difficult, and the self-control that I've had to have when my husband has got such a sweet tooth is amazing. But I can pick these chocolate bars up knowing that they are calorie free. So I'm still getting that chocolate treat but without the calories. So yeah, loving that. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is share with you the swatches that I've already put on my arm, and then I'll share with you the look and how I created it. Okay, so I started off here. I think that's going to be okay for me. Okay, so we have got, you're going to hardly be able to see this, but I have put it on there. It's the lightest shade in the pan. It has become, in fact, it's already useful for me because these are such bright, vibrant shades that I've already used this. So this one is Prevail. So it's there. I think you can just pick that up. The next one, and that's obviously a matte. The next one is a matte, and that's called Past Time. So that's one of those lovely transitional shades. We've then got our first shimmer shade, and it's like a pinky brown colour, and that's called Levity. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. Then we have another matte called Conjure. We then have another matte called Idolize. We then have that beautiful purple shimmer shade called Amethyst. So that's your first row. Then we move on to the second row, and we've got another matte called Vitalize. We've got one of my favourite shades out of here, which is a matte called Wine. We've got a shimmer shade called Revive. Another shimmer shade, which again is one of my favourites, which is Cultivate. We then have another beautiful purple shimmer shade. I think, is it Violaceous? Violaceous. I don't really know. And then we have Praise, which is a duochrome. It's a very deep colour, but it's got like a purple shift to it. Love that. I wish they would put in these palettes names that everybody can pronounce. But I suppose with so many palettes, they're actually running out of names. Anyway, we're on to the third row now. Beautiful purple matte shade called Desired. We've got another matte shade, Vaudeville. We've got another shimmery purple called Curfew. We've got another, that's Curfew. We've got a beautiful, it's very different, this shade, because it's called Mulberry, but it's like a wine colour, but it's got a little bit of pink to it. So it's absolutely beautiful. We've then got a really bright pink shade called Forsaken, and then we have a beautiful, it's like very similar to one of the shades I'm wearing on my lips actually, very mauve and greige inspired, called Expedite. So that's that one. So that's your third row, your second row, and your first row, and there is a shade there. You can just see it. Okay, so I hope that I can remember what shades I actually put on my eye, because I use so many today. I wanted to, as always, try out a lot of shades to see how they work together. But yeah, I found I found that I wanted to use a lot. So here we go. So the first shade that I used was, I really went in actually, because I could have used Pastime, which is that beautiful transitional shade, but I actually went straight in with Wine. So as always, I'm using my Primark eye contour brush. I've already primed my eye with the Revolution Pro Eye Elements as always. So we're now going in with that first shade. So this is Wine, and I don't know why I went in with such a deep colour to start with. I mean, usually I put on a transitional shade, but I thought, hey ho, it's a, it's a bright shade, we'll go straight in. I'm just going to clean that brush off. I'm just using one of these, and it's from Primark for £1.50. It cleans your brushes and it's just amazing. Okay, so I did that, and then I realised I'd gone in a little bit too deep. So I actually went in with that very first matte shade, Prevail, and on a clean brush I then just went over the brow bone just to make sure that it was blended, because these are very, very pigmented shades. So that's Wine. Then I went in with, let me just make sure I've got this right, I went in with Forsaken, which is that bright pink colour. So where is Forsaken? It's here. So I went in with that as well. So again, I'm testing out whether, so I've got a little bit of liquid lipstick there that I wanted to take off my lip. Yeah, Forsaken, I went in straight away with a bright pink, and I just wanted to see how these work together. And I really liked how they work together. This is quite a bright look. Obviously you can tone it down. I've gone for the brighter colours because I just wanted to see how how the shades would work together basically. Okay, so we've then got Forsaken on. Then I'm just going to clean my brush. I went in with, and it's the shade called Expedite. So it's the very, very last one that I shared with you. It's like a mauvey greige. You mix those two tones together and this is the colour that you get. So I put this in the crease. And I really like how these colours all work together. I'm just going to get a little bit of wine and take this up a little bit higher. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just carrying on with that Expedite shade. Like that. And I'm also going to get a little bit more of Prevail. Just to blend that out a little bit. Okay, then I went in with the shade Wine, which is on the second row, and it's this shade here. So quite a few deep colours here. But like I say, they all seem to work really well together. It's just taken me a little while to get the look similar to the other side. It looks perfect in real life, but on camera it's looking like there's not much colour there. I hope that's okay anyway. Okay, so that's the mattes down. Then I went underneath the eye and I went in with the shade Expedite, and I kept it quite close to the lash line. Like that. And then I added a little bit of Forsaken to blend that out with. As I said, this is quite a bright look. Like that. So that's now all of the mattes laid down, I think. I'm going to add a little bit of more of Forsaken here. A little bit more Expedite and a little bit more Wine. Like that. Okay, then I went in with the shade Forsaken again and put that all over the lid. Like that. And then I went in with my Wilko flat brush and I went in with the shade Cultivate. Now this shade, I'm going to just, hopefully it's a little bit better now, but when I went to put this over this shade, I don't know if it was because it was the first layer, but it just didn't want to go on my lid. So it's actually working a bit better, and not only that, I actually wet the brush and put it in the actual pan. So I don't know if that's helped, but it's certainly working better now. I'm just going to put a little bit more on. And I'm going to do the same as I did before as well. So what I did was I got the Obsession Pigment Boost and I just wet the brush a little bit. And then I put the product on and that seemed to go down a little bit better, like that. Okay, so then I wanted an inner corner highlight. Now this is the issue that I found with this palette. It's got some beautiful colours and I can see that I'm going to use them a lot because I really like how they've blended. I love how the colours work together really well. But I then got my pencil brush from Primark. Obviously you can use any pencil brush, and I looked through the palette to see if there was a shimmery inner corner highlight, and there isn't. The only light shade that I could use to lighten up my inner corner was this matte shade. So I then went in with Prevail again. I don't usually use mattes on my inner corner, but like I say, that's the only thing that I can say that this palette is missing, is that inner corner highlight. I like something light in the inner corner. It doesn't matter if it's very light pink, champagne, a little bit golden, but the colours that are in here, you know, the shimmers that you've got, I mean, this one is beautiful. That's what I've used on the lid. That would be too deep on the inner corner, and these purples would not go with the look that I've created, you know, today. So I went in with a matte shade. It does work, but like I say, I prefer a shimmery look on the inner corner. That is my only critique to this palette that I can say. Apart from that, I'm really loving what I've created. So I'm just going to add the eyeliner, which of course is the Revolution HD Smoky liner, and I'm going to add a little bit of my usual Primark PS Amplif-eyed mascara. And that is my finished look. I absolutely love the shades in this palette. I think that, let me just open it again. I really love all of the shades that I have used. I think you've got a lot of looks within this palette. I really love the mix of brights and neutrals. I love the shimmers. It's just an absolutely beautiful palette. When brands bring out a palette and you know they call it violet, I do like purples and I do like bright violets, but I do feel that they need something else as well, and I really think that they've done a great job in designing this palette. There's pinks, there's even a red in here, you've got violets, you've got purples, you've got also those smoky greyish pink tones that work really well with purples too. You have got some really beautiful transitional shades like this one or this one, or these two here. Obviously I went in deep to start with wine because I was so excited about applying that shade because it is just so stunning. Yeah, I think it's an all-round palette, whether you know you like brights, you like neutrals, or you like me, I do like neutrals, but I also like a little bit of pop. I like that pop of colour. I mean, I've got to go out later today and I'm going to have no problem with going around with this eye look at all, going out and about with it. I just want to mention the lip shades that I have used today. I have used the Revolution Pro Supreme Matte Lip Pigment. The base is Semblance, so I added that. It's very much a sort of greyish tone with pink in it, that kind of shade. Very much actually like one of the shades in here. It matches the shade Expedite very, very well. That's why I applied it. And then in the middle of my lip I added Immunity for that little bit of pop of colour to match the eye look. So that's what I'm wearing today. Obviously everything will be listed down below for you. I would love your feedback on the palette. I would love your feedback on the eye look. I wanted to go bright. I could have gone subtle, but of course I wanted to share with you that the shades layer very well, that they you know, they go on very well and blend very well as well. So even though it's a bright look, I just wanted to share that with you. So it's not necessarily a look that you may want to copy. Well, hopefully you do. But it's one of those eye looks that, yeah, that I think it gives you that, it gives you an indication of how they're going to blend it and work on your eye. So yeah, I really love your feedback on the eye look as well. Of course, the palette, the shades, anything to do with what I've shared with you today. And of course, if you have just stumbled across my channel, I would absolutely love it if you subscribe to watch further videos. But until tomorrow, thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Bye.